Welcome to Springboro 45066, Part 1 of our May-June edition. In our late spring edition, we'll head out to the Springboro Historical Society and talk to Janet Irvin about their upcoming Spring Gala. Carrie talks to John Brown and some commercial lenders at Security National Bank, and then we'll shoot over to the schools to hear all about real money, real world. Tom and the gang at Heatherwoode talk to us about golf. I'll meet your neighbor. I talk to Clearcreek Township Vice Chair Jason Gabbard. And it's all happening right now on Springboro 45066, Part 1. Hello, and how are you? We are sitting here on the bench. Hi, Carrie.
Hi there.
Good to see you as
nice
always.
Nice to see you. Thank you.
Springboro Veterans Memorial is soonly going to open up. When I say soonly, I mean soon. We don't have an exact date. We tried to do Memorial Day weekend, and then it's just not going as fast as we like. We're going to do July 4th, but we're going to have fireworks.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's going to open. Keep it posted. We'll be in the newsletter, whatever. We'll have it posted on all our communication tools. But it's such a beautiful thing. Anyway, it's going to be a good show.
It is, but I think you just broke some news at the top of the show. 4th of July fireworks.
The Township just signed off in the city, and we're waiting for the school, but as I understand, everything's copacetic. We're going to have them July 4th. We're looking for that Saturday,
Awesome.
July 1st, because of the weekend. People have to go to work on Monday and Tuesday. We thought Saturday night have a better attendance. So
Wonderful, wonderful. I can't wait. I mean, we all remember how great they were for Borough 200. I mean, oh, goodness gracious.
well, this is May and June. We have a lot of exciting things always going on in Springboro.
We do.
And yeah, so I understand that you got to have an interview with Jan Irwin.
I did. I went to the Historical Society Museum and I got to talk to Mrs. Irvin, who was one of my favorite educators at Springboro High School.
She's a legend in her school.
She is. She's a legend in Springboro.
Her husband was in Vietnam. I've
Oh,
known
wow.
Jan for a lot of years. They're great people. Let's go see the interview.
All right, wonderful. Well, thank you, Mayor. I am at the Springboro Historical Society Museum today with the lovely Jan Irvin. Jan, thank you so much for joining us.
You're very welcome.
It's an honor to have you on the program. You and I go way back, and of course you are one of my favorite educators from Springboro High School, so thank you again for your contribution to the community, and we appreciate what you're doing with the Historical Society.
Well, Springboro has been our home for more than 30 years, and all of the things that are connected to this community are very special and very dear to our hearts. So I'm glad to be a part of the Historical Society's operations here in Springboro.
Wonderful. Well, let's get into a little bit of what the Historical Society is up to. I understand their annual gala is coming up in early May. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
I'd be glad to. This is our first annual spring open house gala. And the reason that we're having it is that in 1992, the Springboro Area Historical Society was first formed by a group of citizens who wanted to preserve Springboro's unique history. So 25 years later, we felt like it was an appropriate time to just celebrate that achievement with the community. So we're having a spring open house gala.
Okay.
We actually have invitations at the museum, which anyone is welcome to come pick up. It's May 12th
Okay.
from 6 to 8
Okay.
here at the museum. We're going to have a tent out back with some wine and beer tastings.
Ooh.
And we've invited local caterers to bring samples of their goods to share with the community, so that gives them a chance to talk about what they do and what they have available. And then we're simply going to have a community celebration for all of the people and all of the achievements of the society.
That sounds absolutely fantastic. Now I understand there's a silent auction involved.
Yes, this museum is the Griffiths house. It was built in 1810, so the lady's over 200 years old and needs a little bit of maintenance.
She needs a facelift.
Yes, actually, and some internal maintenance as well. And the community has stepped up in an amazing way to provide just an incredible array of items for the silent auction. We're going to have art items. We're going to have some ceramics. There are gift baskets. There are gift certificates. Some of them include $200 tattoo gift certificate from Eve's Ink. So if you're looking to add to your tattoo collection,
Or permanent
you
makeup.
might want to come bid on that or permanent makeup.
Absolutely.
There is a brand new one we just saw as we were going around the museum for a consultation with a designer.
Wow.
And Reds tickets, one-day passes to Disney World.
Oh my goodness.
An incredible array of items that there should be something to appeal to anyone and everyone.
Absolutely. That's something for everyone, literally.
We're hoping that the community will come out and celebrate with us.
Sure.
And through the silent auction will help us to raise some money for the ongoing maintenance issues. Some of those issues include gutters and eaves.
Okay.
We have painting and brick point tuck to be done. So there are a lot of things that we need to address going forward from this moment.
You were sharing with me before the camera went on a little story about this fantastic map behind us.
When you're a docent, people come into the museum, they visit the various rooms that we have. When there are children, one of the things I like to point out is that one of the ancestors of Helen Sproat in Springboro and has been one of the guiding lights of the Historical Society was 16 years old, and in 1817 he drew a map of the United States. He was living in Vermont. He walked, and when he got to the Allegheny River, took a skiff to come all the way down to Chillicothe, and did this as a teenager on his own with only $17 to help him fund his what he called remarkable appetite. So I always like to point that out to the kids who come in here and have a little discussion about what would you do? Would you be able to walk that far all by yourself through basically pioneer land, because that's what this was.
Oh my goodness.
It's just a fun story to relate, and we have other stories like that.
Walking from Vermont to Chillicothe.
Yes.
That's quite a trip.
I think 750 miles, I believe.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. It was an honor to have you on the program. And we look forward to checking back in with you at the Historical Society soon.
Thank you so much. We hope that everyone will consider coming to our gala on May 12th, joining us to celebrate not only the 25 years that have passed, but going forward. Thank you for having me,
Thank you
Carrie.
so much.
I appreciate it.
Thank you. Back to you, Mayor.
Great interview, Carrie. It's
Thank
always
you.
a pleasure to have something like that. That's the real fiber of our community.
Truly, you know, if you don't remember where you came from, how can you properly move forward as a community? And we have so much history here in Springboro. I wish more people would take a moment and check out the Historical Society Museum.
And everybody new wants to come in as well.
Absolutely.
I understand you just did a really neat interview where the president came in for Security Bank.
Absolutely. We went to Security National Bank. We spoke to 3 wonderful gentlemen there. And in fact, their president of the bank actually came into town to talk to us.
Let's go look at it.
All right, thanks, Mayor. We are at Security National Bank, located right here on Gardner Road in Springboro. John is joining me today. He is the president of Security National Bank. John, thank you so much.
Well, thanks for coming out.
Absolutely.
Appreciate you being here.
Absolutely. So tell me a little bit about Security Bank, its history, and you know what you're doing with the community right now.
Well, Security National Bank's been around for 120 years and primarily operating in Springfield area, New Carlisle, Urbana. But over time, we've tried to branch out a little bit into some other communities, and Springboro was one of them. We're happy to be here.
Wonderful. Well, we're happy to have you here. Thank you so much. Tell me a little bit about what your bank has to offer our community, if you don't mind.
Well, one of the things that I think makes us unique is the ability to be large enough to take care of some larger customers, but we remain very committed to our community bank approach. That means getting involved in the community, that means giving back to the community, and that means developing relationships with our customers, both our consumer customers and our business customers. So we only succeed if our customers do well.
Of course.
So we don't benefit from saying no to loan requests. We don't benefit from seeing businesses not be successful. We want to share in their success, and that's served us well in all of our markets, and we continue to strive to make that happen here in Springboro as well.
One last question before we go over to Brad and Carl. Tell me what it is about Springboro. What made Security want to expand into the Springboro market?
Well, it's no secret that we're part of a larger organization, and we are a group of 11 community banks that all do business very similarly, but we still remain autonomous in how we take care of our customers and the decision making. This location was actually owned and at least started by one of our sister banks, Park National Bank.
Sure.
So until about 2013, this was a Park National Bank branch. Okay. As we continued to grow out of the Springfield market and maybe attract and retain more customers in this area, we thought it more appropriate for us to take over this location. And
Sure.
it's been a wonderful decision for us, and we hope to continue to grow in this market and all the way up the 675 corridor, quite honestly.
Sure, sure. Well, wonderful. And you've got a beautiful facility here.
Very lucky to inherit this beautiful branch.
It really is. I mean, it is just a thing of beauty.
It is our nicest branch, I have to admit.
Is it?
Yes.
Well, I'm happy that it's in Springboro.
Well, it's part of our investment in this community. So
Wonderful. Well, thank you for
Thank you.
investing in our community. And let's go meet a couple of the local guys.
That'd be great.
All right. Okay, so now I'm joined by Carl Puckett and Brad Ditto from Security National Bank. They are two of the gentlemen that you'll find here on a daily basis. Carl, Brad, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks, Carrie.
All right,
Glad to
Brad,
be
let's start with you. Tell us a little bit about what you do here at Security and what kind of sets you apart from maybe some of the other institutions in town.
Yeah, so I'm a commercial lender here,
Okay.
and some of the things we do, really, I look at it as just trying to get our clients in the best possible financial situation. So
Sure.
I handle the commercial lending part
Okay.
here, but we look at it from a full perspective on whether it's personal, residential, commercial. Just try to find, at the end of the day, my goal is to make sure that whatever interaction that I have with my client, they're in a better financial situation than what they were before they talked to me.
Sure, sure.
So I think that's what sets us apart, is knowing that we don't look at our clients as a number. We really try to understand their financial situation.
That's wonderful.
And get them in a better position.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. Let's talk to your colleague, Carl. Hi, Carl.
Good morning.
Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Absolutely.
Tell us a little bit about your history and what brought you to Security National Bank
Sure,
recently.
absolutely. Well, as John had mentioned earlier, Security Bank is a bank that's rich in history, been around over 100 years.
Wow.
And their commitment to community and their involvement in community is one of the reasons that kind of attracted me to Security Bank. It is a community bank at heart, and it's what brings the community together, I think, in a way that we like to represent ourselves in that.
Fantastic. All right, so tell me a little bit about the products and the services that Security provides.
Well, we're a full-service bank,
Okay.
so you're looking at your regular consumer checking accounts,
Sure.
CDs, IRAs, business checking accounts,
Okay.
business lending products, residential mortgages,
Sure.
trusts. So,
Sure.
With it being a full-service bank, we have the ability to really help anybody with any sort of financial need that they have.
Wonderful.
Yeah, and I
wonderful.
think we can take it from any level.
Okay.
One of the things that separates us is, with Brad and I being here in the branch on a daily basis and out in the community on a daily basis, we can be reached. And
Wonderful.
we get involved in the community. We get involved at a level that we also like to be part of. And
Well,
so,
I know we saw you guys at Expo.
Sure, absolutely, yeah. And we look forward to even expanding in that
Wonderful.
presence. So.
Great, great. Well, thank you so much for allowing us to come into your bank today. And once again,
Thank you.
Security National Bank, located on Gardner Road. Come see Brad and Carl.
Absolutely.
Back to you, Mary.
Hey, great interview. I understand you got some information.
I do, actually, and it's something that we didn't mention in the story, but Security National Bank and the folks there wanted the community to know that they have a conference room that is available for community use. Give them a call and you can set up your time to use it, but they would love the community to come in and use their facility.
We're always being asked for more and more meeting rooms. That's perfect, so thanks for that.
Truly, you're welcome.
Well, I understand something different was going on at the school.
It was awesome. This is maybe one of my all-time favorite stories that we've done on this show. This is one of those programs where you actually will use this knowledge every day in your adult life. Really cool situation to where the students come in, they're given a family, a spouse and a certain number of kids, and then they have to go around to each station and they have to purchase a home or choose a home to rent. They have expenses, they have car payments, Officer Nicely was there to pull them over and check for proper insurance.
She'll do that.
It was really neat, and you know, it's something that I'm really happy to see our schools doing. Shall we check it out?
Yep.
All right, thanks, Mayor. My name is Steve Brady. I went to Ohio State University Extension Office with the 4-H program, and I'm here today with the Springboro 7th graders in the junior high, and we are doing Real Money, Real World. And that is a 4-H literacy, it's a literacy program that's here in the schools, and they are getting a chance to see what it's like to be 27 years old, have a family, and to be able to spend their money for the month. So their job today is to come in with their paycheck and visit the different booths that are around, everything from housing to transportation to paying a credit card back. There's a chance booth, insurance, all of the things that you would think of in a monthly bill. And they're making choices at these different booths based on their family size and their income. And the hope is at the end that they come to the finish line with a positive balance. And if they get a positive balance, there is a payday candy bar waiting for them. If there is a negative balance, unfortunately, but there still is a reward, there's a zero bar for them. So one of the booths that they will go to generally in the beginning is the housing booth. The housing booth is where they would either choose to buy or to rent, and there are 3 choices from either one of those. They choose that, then they have a monthly payment for what that is, and then they write that on their balance sheet and they reduce it from their net pay. Once they finish, the booth person, the volunteer, which is from the community, will sign off on it, and they'll go to a different booth. If they happen to run into trouble, they don't have enough money for the month, or they need some help in decision making, there's a financial advice booth, which is in the center. It's the only booth they don't have to visit in this simulation. There, the person will help direct them to maybe they get a second job, or maybe they're low enough income to where they have an earned income credit and they can add some money back into their paycheck. And then they'll send them back out with hopefully a little bit extra money to be able to make ends meet for the month. Childcare is also a very important part of this simulation, where the kids really get a chance to see how expensive kids are in our society. And it's usually the one that causes the biggest eye-opener for kids as they come through the simulation. Frequently we'll get on the evaluations of how expensive kids are, didn't realize how much my parents pay for me, things to that effect on the evaluation. But it's a real eye-opener for kids to see how expensive they are. All right, well, we have a very special guest with us today at the Real Money, Real World simulation event. Officer Nicely has been kind enough to come in and help kind of see some other realities that happen in our lives of getting maybe pulled over, or getting kind of pulled over and not having insurance for our cars. So she's been generous enough to be able to pull people over in this simulation. And anything that you've heard from the students that was kind of shocking or surprising for them as they got pulled over?
I think just getting pulled over in general was a shock and a surprise to them.
Yeah.
They're not used to seeing me in a role such as that.
Yeah.
I'm normally I'm one of the school resource officers, so I'm normally the happy, smiling, friendly, not giving them a ticket for $150 that they don't have.
Exactly, and it's something they're not anticipating either in this simulation, just like we don't anticipate some of the things in our everyday life that happen. So
Correct.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
This happens 4 times a year with the Career and Consumer Concepts class in partnership with the Ohio State University Extension Office and 4-H. And we're very happy to partnership together to bring this event here to Springboro schools. Back to you, Mayor.
I want to thank the Ohio State Extension. The university does so many different things from the 4-H on what they did to contribute to this interview. So great interview.
Thank you. That was a lot of fun. Yeah. You know, we have great kids and great schools.
Now it's time to play Johnny Carson and go golfing?
Yes, absolutely. Let's go out to Heatherwoode and see what's going on out there.
Thank you, Carrie. Well, as you can see, it's a beautiful day out here at Heatherwoode, and it's a great time to be here. We have a lot of activities scheduled for the summer. One is Party on the Deck, and that starts May 31st, and it's going to run every other Wednesday, and we have live music. Again, we invite you to come out. We also have Bourbon and Cigar Night, which will be on the upper deck. We have our own walk-in humidor cigar shop inside the golf shop, so we invite you to come in and see that as well. We have also demo days that are scheduled. We'll have Callaway coming out. We have Ping that'll be here. If you go to our website and check it out, the dates should be on there for you. If you have any questions, just give the golf shop a call at 937-748-3222, and they can give you the information about the Callaway and the Ping demo days. Again, it's a great time to be out here. If you want to come out to the practice facility, the range is perfect. We have our music playing, our Adirondack chairs, the umbrellas are up. It's a great thing to be out here at Heatherwoode Golf Club. I'm going to let Erica talk to you a little bit about our banquets. So again, over to you now, Erica.
Hi, I'm Erica Davenport, the event coordinator here at Heatherwoode Golf Club. Getting ready to start an exciting wedding season. First things first, in May, we are having a Mother's Day brunch, Sunday, May 14th. I think we're gonna have 2 seatings. One's at 11 and one's at 1:30. So invite your mother, sisters, daughters, everybody can come. We'll have some great food. We also, I think we have about 1 Saturday left of each month left for weddings. If you're planning a shotgun wedding, anything exciting, reception, feel free to get a hold of me for that. I have a couple Sundays ready for bridal showers, baby showers, anything. If you're looking for a place, it's a great place. You can see it's beautiful. Love anybody coming in anytime, even last minute, so I can work with you with that. So feel free to contact me at 937-748-3222. I'm at extension 6. Our website is also golfheatherwood.com. And now I'm going to toss it over to Brad, and he's going to talk to us about golf.
Hello, we're ready for you to learn the game of golf. We have a lot of programs going on. Your juniors come out. We do have in June. We have it in the first week in June, second week in June, and we have some ladies programs and a lot, of course, always single programs. I'm here day in, day out. I know I can find the right time for you to hit the ball even better than you're doing now. So give us a call at Heatherwoode and we can help you out. So back to you, Carrie. Thanks.
Thanks, Brad. You know, the folks at Heatherwoode are just working so hard and they're doing a great job, aren't they?
Erica has made a big difference too. She's really doing a nice job.
She has, absolutely. And what a beautiful facility for our city.
Absolutely. It's so quiet out of here, but all of a sudden I hear something. What do you hear?
I think it's a drum roll.
It is a drum roll. It's Meet Your Neighbor.
It's Meet Your Neighbor. Who do you have this time?
We have somebody who's been in the community their entire life, graduated from Springboro, somebody who you know.
I do.
Jason Gabbard.
I do. He's a friend, absolutely.
Township trustee, coach all kinds of sports. Jason's here, there, and everywhere.
Everybody knows Trustee Gabbard.
Absolutely, and let's go see Jason. We are at Clearcreek Township Administration Building, Part 1, Meet Your Neighbor, and we have another great one this month. This is a longtime friend, been involved in the community forever. Jason, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Good to see you as always. Hey, good to have you be here. I mean, you know, you are one of those kind of people who actions speak louder than words. Really. I mean, you don't just sit around and get elected as a township trustee. You do things in the community. You know, you're involved in so many things. So why don't you tell the audience just a little bit about yourself, where you went to school and stuff like that?
Well, I'm a 5th-generation resident of Clearcreek Township, actually. My grandfather graduated from Springboro in 1928, my parents in '64, and myself in 1991. My wife, Tracy, is also a Springboro original, graduated in '90. Grew up when it was a small town, as you remember. I find it fascinating that my daughter's class, the pods that they had through elementary school were as big as my entire class, and that was 1/3 of their class. So the change has been amazing. So the fun part for me when I ran for trustee was I was already involved in many things, as you are, aside from being in elected office. So my motivation was more about the community than myself.
And people look to that. When they want to follow a leader, they want to make sure that person has skin in the game, so to speak, and really practice what they preach. I think that's why you won the way you won, and you won big. My
motivation, and it was the first term was a 5-way race. I don't have any other aspirations. I'm younger than most of the people that serve, but I have no aspirations of Congress or anything like that up the food chain. I'm happy here because I think you affect your community the best at the local level. My daughters are both Panthers. It was very important for us. We went to college, moved away, moved back in '07 when we purchased my grandparents' farm, the land and house and barns from the rest of my family, so we could raise our kids here. So it's been exciting. It's really fun to watch the changes, but you can still go into the K. And it still feels like 1978. You get a twist.
It's the Arnolds of Springboro.
That's exactly right. And it amazes me how many people don't know they serve food. Their food is amazing. So that's part of why I've changed a little bit over the years.
We're all there. Yeah, we need to develop somebody and call them the Fonz of the K.
I can think of a couple candidates for that. Actually, that would be good. Exactly. So.
Well, how old are your children?
Charlotte is 15. She's a freshman. She plays soccer and basketball at the high school, and then Lydia is 10 and she's in 4th grade. I was involved in youth basketball as soon as I moved back, and then I went to coach for the school. So they've been kind of gym rats ever since. Really, they don't know any better. That's what I tell people. We live at the soccer field or in the gym, and that's just the life that.
That's what you want your kids involved in sports.
I love it.
Academics and sports, and it keeps the drugs away.
Everything. They're both great students. I'm married well, so that was a good idea when you have kids. Both great students, and they love being here. They take a lot of pride in the fact that I got very emotional the first time I walked into the junior high, which was our high school, and saw my daughter warming up for a game in the 7th grade, because that's the floor I played on and my wife played on. And it's tough because she looks exactly like my wife. So when I look out there, it's like watching an old tape almost.
Memories of a lifetime.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, why don't we shift gears for just a little bit, and what do you see as some of the things the toughest challenge that you have as a vice chair, as a township trustee? What do you see for the audience? Because everybody in Springboro, the Springboro community, I always consider the township and the city the Springboro community.
Absolutely.
I don't consider it Springboro, don't consider it township. No. I just consider it, we are the Springboro community,
For sure.
And what do you see as challenges for audience? I mean, you guys have done a really good job of managing your money and doing all the different things. Do you see another fire department? Do you see more police officers? I know you balance your budget, fantastic. I mean, what do you see as the biggest challenge? I know growth has got to be.
Sure, that becomes the challenge with the growth and what that brings, the different types of growth. We like to keep that balance with the rural feel. I think that's part of what attracts people when they want to come out to the township. They want a little bit more land. Mm-hmm. And we're, the houses that we're building these days are pretty good sized homes. So the difference in the service level has to continue to rise with that demand. So balancing that with, a 140 acre farm that sits next to it continues to be an interesting challenge for us. It's something that I take very seriously because I'm kind of been on both ends of it. I have a lot of friends that aren't from here, that don't remember when it was as small as it was. So as that growth has happened, it really has kind of, the two communities have come together, in my opinion. The township, working well with the city, whether it be our parks that we both try to complement one another on, or just, essential services continues to be something that we keep a very good focus on. Our fire department is as strong as it's ever been. Our police have worked together with the city wonderfully over the years. The Safety Town program that we've finally got going a couple years ago, I'm so excited for that. It's just something that I take very seriously when you're talking about the 21st century and what those new challenges become for our kids. This isn't the same world it was when you and I grew up. Yeah. I grew up going to community. It's now called Community Park. Back when I was growing up, it was Springboro Park. There was no other park, so that was the only one. But it's just the whole dynamic has changed.
Well, do you have any parting comments for the audience?
No, thanks for watching my part of this. This is very exciting for me. The mayor's been doing this for a long time, and I remember sitting at a chamber dinner a couple years ago when you did a salute for Don, and watching all the people that were on the show, and I thought, boy, someday that'd be pretty cool if I could get on, so I appreciate you having me.
No problem. We'll have you on again.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Thanks, John.
Jason Gabbard, Township Trustee. Mm-hmm. Thanks, Jason. Appreciate what you're doing for the township, the city, the community, and all that you do for Springboro. We are a great place to live, work, and raise a family, and you are a part of that. Thank you so much. Well, Carrie, another show.
We did it.
But you know what? Right around the corner, we wouldn't be able to do things like this if it wasn't for our veterans.
Very
and
true.
Our police officers and our firefighters, our EMTs, and all the people who take care of us abroad and here at home. So this Memorial Day and 4th of July is around the corner. We'll be back with you before then. But Memorial Day, as you enjoy your long weekend, think about the veterans who have passed on, their families who have made the sacrifice of going on without their loved one, and the ones who came back with terrible wounds and trying to live out their life the best way they can. Thank them. It means a lot. Just a little thank you goes a long way as we memorialize our veterans. So until the next show, part 2 is around the corner. Stay tuned. Carrie, we'll see you soon.